have an opportunity at the July 14th meeting to speak also. So there'll be several different ways to get any questions to us if you can't make the meeting.
This isn't a question about anything, but can you guys talk into your mic a little bit?
Sure.
What he's saying, Brad, is if you're either for or against this, come next week and speak out and tell them how you feel about the presentation tonight. And if you can dip down and come up with $20 million out of your pocket, then you should be for it. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, then you'll be against it.
I got 18 million if you want. I got this truck out.
Thank you, Brad. I'll be able to borrow some money.
All right. Thank you, Mr. McGarity. We appreciate that. With that, is there any other discussion?
I just have one quick question.
Go ahead.
I'm looking on all these schemes here.
I hate that.
Where did
We
the
couldn't have
Veterans
named it
Memorial
anything
go?
else?
That's what
We couldn't have named it anything else?
Did you hear what the, Mr.
Yeah, Veteran Memorial.
Yeah, the little,
I'm asking you,
It
where did the
remains.
Veterans Memorial go?
It remains there, right?
It's still there.
it's still there.
It's still there.
It's
Yeah.
integrated into the
Untouched.
parking
So we
lot.
decreased its size?
No.
We've increased the size, because it's part of the, if you look at
It's definitely there.
at the slide, you see how it's right here.
Well, I see where it was and where it should be, and that's what, okay. And that's where it remains? Okay.
It's
I'm
going to
probably
remain.
not going to be here, Mario, that July 14th. I'm going to be out of town.
Can you call him?
Call and vote.
No, you can't call in vote, sorry. Put a little telephone at your thing.
See, the problem is that even if you postpone the meeting and make it another, I mean, July and August are two big vacation. You know, even for residents, even if you made it in August, it's the same thing. You're going to have a lot of residents or even maybe even commissioners that won't be in town. Even if you made it the following week, you may not have somebody here. I think
We're giving the residents opportunity to speak at both meetings, at two meetings. We're giving them the opportunity, we've given them the opportunity to speak, prior to this, and we're allowing them to send in emails, and we'll answer all those questions, any questions that they may have on any of that meeting. And this board can vote to extend it as long as they want to. It's not written in stone. If the board feels that it wants to go another month through August or September, that is up to this board.
yeah, I know I won't be here. I won't be here that week.
Okay?
yeah, well, let's set a date then. I mean, it's not fair to have a vote and somebody's not going to be here. I mean, we did move Haverford Township Day because somebody couldn't make it.
But we moved Haverford Township.
No, I know all about that, but look, if somebody can't
Holiday.
make it for a certain reason, then I believe that that's the way it should go. I agree with Steve, we should have it in September.
Okay.
Haverford Township Day was moved for the Jewish holiday,
Yeah, it was-
Jimmy.
it was for
Don't
the-
even go there, that it was because somebody couldn't be here. That is absurd.
That is so
That's
personally
really-
offensive,
it is
Commissioner
offe- that is
McGarity.
offensive.
It is the holiest day on the calendar, and the lack of respect that you show for it is offensive.
All right. Okay. No questions from the audience. Next week, we take questions, okay?
What does July 7th work session mean? Okay, there's a question. I know that, but I mean, that's only fair.
Okay.
You want to plan
What-
conversations.
July 7th, the July 7th work session is, you're at a work session right now.
Unbelievable.
This is the June work session. Every month, for those of you who don't know what's going on at the Board of Commissioners meetings, we have 2 meetings a month. One is our work session where we discuss among ourselves what is happening, discuss issues, and then the following week, which would be the second Monday of the month, we would have the official meeting where there is public comment, and this gives the residents a chance between the work session, if they have any questions, by seeing it on TV, that they could come to that meeting and speak. And it happens that way every month. It's every first Monday is the work session, and then the second Monday, unless there's a holiday, would be on the other day.
Would it be, I'll ask this board if it would be, if you can accommodate another meeting, maybe where I could show up that month, in July. I don't mind doing it again.
Okay.
Just having this on the agenda.
Yeah, we could, I mean, we can
I
discuss
mean,
it.
it's up to, I'm just,
Tuesday.
if you can, you
When are you
can.
going to be?
I think it's
It's
better
possible.
try to set it.
But I think we do that at the...
Yeah, we can do that at the commissioners' meeting.
Let's do it.
We could have a discussion.
I'll just put it in
If we
your
wanna
head if
move
you
it-
can. I mean, you know.
Again, nothing is written in stone. We can, the
I'm
board can decide.
respectfully
to do
asking,
it.
that's all. If you can't do it, I'm not trying to create an issue. I just,
No, no.
like,
That's a
Tell us
reasonable
what your
request.
schedule is.
I have no problem with that.
Let us know what your schedule is.
Okay, we can,
thank you. That's all.
We're
Just-
not
me, it's up, you know, we
We're
can
not.
accommodate the request if the board
I
feels.
appreciate that. I was respectfully asking, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. You are so respectful.
Thank you. I wasn't trying to create a problem.
We appreciate it.
Do we,
No, I know. I'm just.
okay, now we're gonna,
Can we
do we
invite-
want to, is there any other issue that anybody wants to speak on?
Yeah, actually, I'd wanted to speak on the open burning
Okay.
a little bit.
Me too.
Before
Yeah.
we move on, can I just make one comment? I really like to thank Lori,
Yes.
Amy, Dave, Kelly, Mr. Gowman, Mr. Ryan, and Mr. Walker. Thought they did I really appreciate you taking the leadership, Lori. Thank you very much, guys.
Mr. Gentili, it's an extraordinary amount of work that was asked by this board for that team, and we appreciate it beyond belief. I know how many hours went into it. I think the whole board understands the time and the effort that you put into it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And we feel very fortunate to have such really strong professionals in this township that can help us make a truly informed and educated decision, and that's all that we've asked. And I know I speak on behalf of the board that we'd like to thank you immensely for your time and your dedication to this community.
Yeah, I would, I would concur with that, and I just asked, we asked all of this work in a very short
We
period of
did.
time. But these people worked overtime and did, not overtime because they're salaried, so they don't get overtime, they just work more. So, they have given their own personal time to be involved in this too. So it's not just that they worked hard, they. Okay, anything else? Yeah, Bob. All right.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the open burning, which we had the new ordinance which addressed all of the issues that the 5 fire chiefs had put forth for the fire pits, which are, as people know them, either the chimeneas or the little round disc with the screen on top. I think probably 3/4 of my ward have them, and they're currently not legal. So I had asked the Bureau of Fire and the Codes Department to look into this and to see if there were things that they could, some sensible options they could come up with for, allowing people to use them. So,
Commissioner Heilman, have we had problems with them?
yes, we have had a lot of people having the police show up and having them put them out.
Do you think that if we do a township-wide email, maybe, I mean, you've been so successful with, the trash and the emails, I think it's important to let people know, especially coming into the summer season, that maybe we could do it, an alert that this has been put in place and that it's important for people to adhere to the ordinance?
The current ordinance.
The current ordinance,
Right,
but
the
it's
current
out-
ordinance,
but what they
yeah,
put in
but
here
which
It's
could
got
be
new
law,
language.
but not until, wouldn't be law until probably August, actually, when it was read a second
Tell
time.
them it's coming.
So these,
So-
the-
It's not yet. They're
It's
just
not yet.
changing
No,
the
there's just some
language.
changes.
we can't do that.
But yeah, you can't have the back and forth.
Right.
Can I,
No, the new ordinance allows it, but with stipulations, kind of common sense ones. Portable outdoor fireplaces.
I think you're misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Right now, you cannot have.
Cannot have them.
You cannot have anything that is open, okay? So if it has a screen around it and a lid, still can't do it. What we're doing with this ordinance is we are allowing those under the recommendation of our Bureau of Fire and the chiefs, this would allow for those things, but there are restrictions on that. But it would
Stipulations.
allow, right now, you can't. So,
Basically, what it says is to follow the directions. Portable outdoor fireplaces as defined in the chapter, provided they are used in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations and the following additional standards. You can't use them, they shall not be operated within 15 feet of a structure or combustible material. It should be a no-brainer. At multifamily or non-residential properties, within 12 feet of a structure and 5 feet of other combustible material at a single or two-family dwelling. The device shall not exceed 3 feet in diameter. Device shall not be placed on non-combustible surface, or shall be placed on non-combustible surface, excuse me. No flammable liquid should be utilized to start or maintain the fire. You know, it's actual brain-dead things that people should be following anyway, and some aren't.
no lighting fires, anything. Okay.
I think we all feel that these are basic elementary things, but the fact of the matter is that everybody makes mistakes. And I think that it's important that if we're going to change the ordinance and allow this, to make these safety tips available to people, just to reiterate that it is really important. These are fires, and they're open fires, and they're around children and homes and trees. And I think it would make sense that if we are changing it, to just alert the public that there's a change and that you should be aware. And just, I know I've, had a fire in my kitchen one night, and I'm standing there thinking, what do I do? Instead of grabbing the fire extinguisher, I threw a pot on top of it. It was out, it was done, I was lucky. But, things happen sometimes. So I think it's important to just, put the information out there.
Anything further? No. Okay. And you'll be able to speak on that at the next commissioners' meeting, or the one after that, because there's 2 readings. An ordinance takes 2 readings. All right, with that, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. And you want to close the public, go back into
Okay.
executive session?
We're going back into executive session on the same personnel issue that we came out for.